Welcome, everybody. Glad you stopped by. Hope the thumbnail drawed you in. I hope you take heed to what we got to say here on the channel. Like it says, 99% will quit now. But this is when wealth is built in crypto, and that's the truth. Been in the crypto market for a good while now, and every cycle I hear and see the same thing. You get new investors coming in every cycle. They follow the hype on the content. Content keeps telling them we're going higher. When we reach the top of the cycle, and what happens? People end up getting liquidated, even on spot volume, buying and listening to them dollar cost average in, and that is the best way to do it. Dollar cost average. But you don't do it at the top of the cycle. You don't never do it at the top. You need to do it in the bottom of the bear market when the settlement is that we're going to zero, crypto's done with, what we're hearing on content, how low is Bitcoin going, Michael Saylor content, everything, Tom Lee, and some of the big names that you hear on YouTube that has YouTube channels like I do, but I'm not big. But we bring you the truth here, and this is the time. We are nearing the bottom of the bear market cycle, and we are in the accumulation phase. So if you're not paying close attention in accumulating while we're in the bottom of this cycle, when it starts going back up, and then you realize we're back in a bull run, we're back in the bull market, then it's going to be too late. As far as your return, risk to reward return, it ain't going to be great as it was right now. Some people would say, and I know I probably get, we're going lower. Well, if you think we're going lower, well, it's your gamble. You do what you want to do, and we'll do what we want to do. But the best scenario over time is always dollar cost average in. DCA, like it says right there, DCA hold and win. Fear today, fortune tomorrow. And like it says, history repeats, profits follow. And you need to, now in this phase that we're in, you need to start DCNA in. If you follow this channel, you need to start dollar cost and averaging in. Be aware, if you want to know where to invest and how to invest, subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button and hit that notification bell. So when I put content out, I cover several cryptos that I know and that's going to do good in this next bull run cycle. And we cover it here on the channel. And if you want that information and you want to follow along, just subscribe. We welcome anybody. And what I wanted to bring to you, we'll get over here and I'll show you some of the cryptos that we cover here on the channel. And we'll get right into it. So for one, one of the main ones is Canton Network. If you'll look here at the daily chart, let me zoom this out. Since Canton Network launched, it did pull down to 5 cents. And during this whole bear market, after it launched and pulled down to 5 cents, a little under 6 cents, this token has done over a 2x. Now this is Canton Network. I'm a big supporter of this. I'm not paid or nothing like that. I do believe in Canton Network. It's tokenizing real world assets as we speak. Basically, you could say Canton Network is the banker's token. banks and institutions token. This is what they have chose to go with, and they have chosen more because all of these trillions of dollars that's going to be tokenized on real world assets is not going to be done under one on one network blockchain. They have announced my second one would be XLM. Uh, they have announced right now they're in the process. They're doing this with Can't Network, and they beginning of 2027 they're gonna come in with the XLM, and then it'll go on so on for there. And seeing we're sitting at 15 cents right now. Uh, I'm looking for this token to run anywhere from $3 to $5 in the next cycle. This coming up cycle after this month. And this, I don't think, it could dip down to 14 cents like it did back over here on March 27th. We did get into 14 cent, 13 cent right here. But I see that's as far as we pull them back. Unless something major happens with the Canton network, I don't see it going back down because it's tokenizing real world assets. It's not hype. It's not speculation. This is what Canton Network is doing. And I'm a big supporter of that. We look, everybody's talking about the Clarity Act. Don't see the Clarity Act passing until next year. It would be a big win if we could get it passed this year, but I don't see it. The percentages for it getting passed in 2026 is very low. And then you got content said 2030. No, I don't think it, no. It's gonna get passed, but in due time, it'll get passed. We still got the Iran United States conflict with Israel and Iran United States that's going on. But the timing of the cycles is almost coming to an end for the bear market. We've been in the bear market now way over a year. As you can see on these assets, you pull up the bigger time frame, the longer time frame. On it, you'll see that they have, since they peaked in 2025, they have steadily been on the downtrend. And you can see with most of them, some of them are below their previous bear market lows. Some are right there at it. And just like on this one right here, we'll look at this right here. I can tell you this morning that Cat Network is looking neutral to bullish on it. What I'm seeing on the chart, we could get another push up. We could push up to the next area around 15.5 cents. That's where our next level of resistance is. We get over here and look at XLM. XLM's bearish. Nothing neutral, it's bearish. Up here, back here, it was neutral to bearish, and then it became bearish. So I'm looking for XLM to pull back to 15 to 16 cent. And right now, by this chart I'm looking at, that's where we're headed. 15, somewhere around between 15 and 16 cent. I don't see XLM pulling back below that 15.60 for the rest of this bear market. I really don't. So you could start saying, you could we dollar cost and averaging in even right here 17 cent and right on down. We accumulating. What's 1 penny gonna do? What's 2 cent gonna do when we look at it going to $3 to $5? So this ain't gonna make us. It more likely gonna make us, but it ain't gonna break us. And then you got another one, ZBAC. ZBAC this morning is somewhat bearish. It's still bearish. We up 0.43%. We could be doing a consolidation phase right here before breaking back up. With this escalation with Iran and the United States over the weekend, it's all happened when the market closed Friday. and we could see that we had some. I think they had some fighting going on over there, and it all happened after the stock market closed. So, come Monday morning, tomorrow morning, when the market's open, we could see a volatile market. We could see a pullback on Bitcoin, and when Bitcoin pulls back, because right now you'd say, well, uh, this is happening. The crypto market's open 24/7. It's running 24/7, yeah. But sometimes Bitcoin don't move until the stock market moves. When the stock market drops, sometimes Bitcoin follows that. Sometimes Bitcoin don't follow it at all. Bitcoin's been showing relative strength compared to the stock market lately, with the stock market pulling back and Bitcoin holding the level it's held. So with ZBAC, you could see a pullback right now. It's neutral to bearish, I'd say. Basically got down here, and we kind of turning flat on the consolidation phase, ranging from 2325 up to 2417, and that's with 2 zeros in front of that. A decimal, 2 zeros, 2330 to 2422. We could just range right here, looking to range, and then today we could just range somewhere within this range, and then come tomorrow we'll either go down a little bit more, or we can just keep consolidating. Pretty much we correlated with Bitcoin. We need to break above this level right here, this trend line we got right here, before we can go higher. So tomorrow, when the stock market opens, we'll know more about the information. We'll know more what's going on. XCN is a good one. They got an announcement coming out the first of the month. Don't know what that announcement is. I do see it's turning bullish. We're neutral to bullish right now this morning. We did pull down to 00355, and we pushed all the way up. Well, it just had a spike candle all the way up to 00445, and we came back down the middle of the range. I don't know what this was, a liquidation spike, maybe. I haven't looked into it in big detail, but they got an announcement coming in a couple of days. We could see a rally going into that. Depends on Bitcoin, though. Some of these tokens like XEN find it hard to be bullish when Bitcoin's bearish. So some tokens outperform Bitcoin on good news and some don't. Well, we're about to see if this good news is going to get us above these previous ranges that we've been sitting in, falling down into, then we get back up to 0.5% or better. That's going to be totally left up to the announcement, because I don't know. I don't have no insider information. I don't know. That's the only thing I don't like about XCN, and not being negative, but they kind of private on the ones, the developers. They don't talk much. They just make announcements through X or whatever, and that's it. You don't never see them. I don't never see them out on stage nowhere giving no, or in front of a camera. They kind of silent. Well, sometimes it pays to be like that, and sometimes it don't. So a lot of people that's in the retail investors, they want to hear from the developers and stuff like that. But sometimes even that don't help the crypto. We've seen that with XRP. I've seen it with ICP. Not being negative against no one of them, but they're Brad Garland House and those in front of Defendity. I see them talking all the time. but it really necessary at all does not do no good for the price of the crypto. So I guess it could be a pro and a con either way, whether you out publicly in front of the camera or you just private. So it depends on which way the protocol wants to go. And the network, it's entirely left up to them. So XCN, I do believe it's going to be a good one. It's a low market cap token. It does really good when it rallies. Didn't do so good this time. Well, as far as what it did, the percentage and the gains, it did excellent. I mean, many was looking for it to reach the prices of all-time highs when it launched, but it didn't. So when it launched, any crypto, these just like ICP, XCM, when these exchanges launched these tokens at the price that they feel and they launch high, they liquidate people. I'd have to say, besides Terra Luna Classic, ICP was one of the biggest liquidation events I ever seen on a crypto where they launched it at, and Definitive didn't have nothing to do with that. They probably said, well, we think it's worth this. We're going to launch it this. Y'all good? Okay. And they launched it. So bad mistake. That put a bad taste in ICP retail holders' mouth. Now, the ones when it launched that got unlocks and stuff like that bought early, they did good. But awesome. But the ones that held thinking it was going to go above where it launched, no, they got liquidated, y'all. They've lost all their money, and it may never get back to that, and then it could. But XRP, we do cover it here time to time. I think I hold a little bit of XRP, not much. This cycle when we went up, that was my largest bag, and I sold up there next to the top somewhere, not at the top, but now it was near the top. I say it was 3/4 of the way at the top, and I let it go. Good crypto is going to be used. We cover here time to time. SUI, right now, SUI is, I'd say, neutral to bearish. You could start dollar costing in on this token right here, but I do believe it's going to pull back to 55 cents or better, below 55 cents. But you can slowly DCA in on this right now. Because like I'm saying, I don't care who people are or what they tell you, they just don't know when that bear market bottoms in or when it's going to be. Some people that call it, they get lucky. That's all they did. They got it lucky. But to say I know exactly where the bottom of the bear market's going to be, I would be lying to you this morning. Now, we can look at the chart and see that, we got a reversal. We're coming back up out of the bear market. But, this is another one right here I'd be careful of. I'm being honest with you. Bitcoin Cash, it held up good, and then people FOMO'd in on this. You have a little bit of content creators out there covering this token, thinking this the next Bitcoin that's going to outproduce Bitcoin, that's going to go to Bitcoin prices. They dead wrong, people. They dead wrong. Because it's got Bitcoin in front of that cash don't mean nothing. Bitcoin is Bitcoin. It's always going to be Bitcoin. And don't let nobody tell you the narrative that Bitcoin Cash is going to go to the prices that Bitcoin is. Never will you ever see it. It showed one of the weaker bear market tops I've seen let's see, go back to the daily chart. If you shoot this down, I mean, look where you went to in the previous cycle. $1,639. So this time you didn't do half that. You didn't do half that. So you telling me that this token is going to be the price of Bitcoin when you see it doing what it's done? No, people, it's not going to do it. There's more cryptos out there can do a lot more than what Bitcoin does, and a lot more can do than what Bitcoin Cash does. So I'm not investing in this token now. If it was to come down to under 100, I might consider it. But I'm not familiar in on right now 192. I done seen what it's done, and no. People, retail is invested in other things. You got AI, you got privacy. Zcash is way outperforming Bitcoin Cash. Zcash, privacy narrative. And there's no way I'm going to invest in this token, and it's only 2 to 3x from here. No way. 3x from here is where its cycle top was. To me, you're wasting your money on this token. It's a dinosaur token. Technology's come a long ways. It's got better, faster, cheaper. And it's not going to see it. I'm just going to be plain and honest with you. These dinosaur tokens, the only one to come out on top so far is Bitcoin. And Ethereum. So, and Ethereum did a weaker cycle this time also. Because you got a bigger market. You got more cryptos. You got bigger market. So much money's going to come into the market, and then it's going to level the playing field. What's going to start driving price in these cryptos is real utility, real use, especially in the United States. Here in America, it's going to be what's being used in America. And right now, on my radar, and from the good man above, it's XLM and Canton Network. Hands down, XLM and Canton Network. I do have some more. I do hold Mega ETH. I do hold Graph. And right now, that ain't been too good to me because you got Mega ETH, you got token unlocks. And that hurts. So I'm pushing the narrative that Mega ETH's going to improve Ethereum. So, and Graph is another dinosaur token. But with the Clarity Act, I think this token can do really good. And probably, especially if it goes back to all-time new highs. But right now, there's so much, and this is another one. It's pulling back. Let's get on the 1 hour chart, see where we at. Right now, it's showing bearish pressure. I'd wait to see what this token was going to pull back to. We could go back to this area right here, 4.5 cents. Say is a good project. I think I started investing in Say. I ain't sure. I'm waiting for it to pull back to 4.5 cents. And then I go in from there. But that's some of the tokens we cover here. Polkadot, stay away from it. This is a dying crypto. This is what happens, y'all. When a crypto dies, it slowly continues trending down. Where it's going to find its bottom, I don't know. But be very, very careful of this crypto right here. Because I'm just being honest with you. It's just bearish, bearish, bearish. I stay away from it, let it do what it's going to do. If you see it spike tomorrow, I'd stay out of it because it's just a liquidation spike. I just don't think in years to come that polka dot still be around. I do got over here XDC, but right now, not saying that it ain't gonna do good, but I think this token right here is awesome token, and I'm waiting to see what it pullbacks to. See if it'll pull back a little bit more, and I'll go in. And it's Ondo. You follow the money, you'll make profits. And this, I'm here to tell you, I think it's an Ondo too. Ondo's tokenizing real world assets. And this, let's see if I can get this screen pulled up. What this is. Let's see where we at. Okay, let me find the token. Let's see Ondo. Ondo. See, Ondo's doing a little bit of tokenization. Its stablecoin market cap's 81.23 million. It's up in the last 30 days, 2.33%. Our RWS asset count is at 440. That's pretty good. Holders is 160. It's up 35.90%. The monthly transfer volume on those 3.69. You can see over here on the chart, it's growing. And you can see their assets and all that. Let's see what we got right here. And they got monthly active addresses 98,373. So under this is real world assets. It's tokenizing real world assets. I think this is going to be one of the projects to do a better bull run this cycle. Let's look at the weekly chart. Let's see what we can get. Ondo topped out around $2.15, I think. Let's see. Yeah, about what I got here on the chart. It topped out around $2.15, $2.17. It came back down. It's sitting somewhere around, not quite as bear market lows. It did get down to 20. It's done a hit the bear market previous cycle lows and got a bounce. It's headed back up. But right now, it's still showing a little bearish pressure here. Let's go to the weekly chart, the daily chart. Let's see. Yeah, it just turned bearish. It could be pulling back for a little bit, coming back down. I don't know exactly where I'll get in on this token. If it gets back 23.25 cents, that's where I'll go in. But time will tell if we have a pullback, get back them levels again. It consolidated and it rallied up and it went all the way back up to 48.50 cents. So it's headed back down, got a rejection, it's headed back down. So time will tell, but it's going to be another one to start covering. But like I say, don't follow the FOMO. Don't get caught in this hype narrative. On crypto's dead. Crypto's done with. This is the time to make your money. And I know I've been on here about 30 minutes, but wanted to come give you an overall update on this market. And what we here on the channel, what we cover and what we do. So if you like the content, subscribe to the channel. Hope you stayed this long. If you didn't, you missed out on some good nuggets in here. But if nothing, I'll come back later on this afternoon with another video. So good luck. Think about what we said here. It's brought to you. This is the time to be getting all in. So slowly get in. Have a set amount. Start slowly DCNAing on these cryptos. If it ain't the ones that I covered, make sure it's the ones that's got real utility use. Don't follow the FUD about some of these certain cryptos because what they're telling you ain't the truth. So be careful. A lot of people love it, they follow it, and they just believe somebody that don't really know what they're even talking about. So, and I'm telling you the honest truth. It's paying their bills. The content's paying their bills, and they're going to keep the hype coming as long as you subscribe and watch the videos. And if you watch them and you like to enjoy them, hey, keep right on watching them, but be careful where you get in and where you get out. Till next time, God bless you.